It's your boy DuckNCover, coming at you with another Magic Arena video. Today we feel like playing something a little bit different. So I'm going to be playing Wurms today. A Wurms Tribal deck, you could say. Now the idea is that Wurms are huge. Their mana cost and their bodies are huge. We got the Vigorspore Wurm at 6-drop for 6/4. Primordial Wurm at 6-drop for 7/6. Siege Wurm at 7-drop but with Convoke and Trample with 5/5. And then Pelakka Wurm for 7 mana, 7/7 Trample that gains 7 life when he enters play and draws a card when he dies. So those are the Wurms. Now they're huge. They're so big that ramp won't actually help us get to them. They're still just a little bit out of reach. So we're going to go with the reanimator spells. So the idea is to just get the Wurms in the bin as quickly as we can, and then start reanimating them like crazy. So our reanimator spells are 4 bonded revivals, because it does give haste. With these huge body Wurms, it's nice to have haste. 4 blood for bones, just to be able to get them back and also return a Stitch Supplier back to hand. Now when Stitch Supplier either is summoned or dies, you send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So we are able to get the Wurms that way, just by playing it and letting them die, or playing and sacrificing it to blood for bones. So either way, 6 cards will go. Hopefully 1 Wurm at least goes in that way. And then we have Charter Course in case we draw a Wurm. Nice way to draw 2 cards and discard the Wurm to the graveyard. Gaea's Blessing, because this Stitches Supplier will, in this deck, eventually mill us all the way out. So Gaea's Blessing is nice to be able to reset, or just to pick the spells that we want to put back. 3 Thought Erasures. Hitting the card from their hand is nice, but basically we just want the 2 mana Surveil to be able to dump a Wurm, so it's really nice to be attached to Thought Erasure, honestly. 3 Growth Spirals, just because we got to get the 5 mana as quickly as possible, so that we're able to get our strategy as early as we can. 4 Discovery Dispersal to pitch any Wurms with Discovery, a nice way to draw a card as well. And then Dispersal used basically if we are falling behind in the match, just to be able to slow them down a bit. To be able to land our big stuff. And then 1 Chupacabra, just because we had 1 empty space in the deck, and it's a nice card to be able to reanimate. Also, it eats a creature. It's pretty good. And then 3 Tamiyo. So Tamiyo lets us dig cards. So we'll basically search for either Blood for Bones, Bond Revival, or Stitches Supplier. With this, depending on if we need a creature for Blood for Bones. So we'll be able to dig that and send any Wurms to the graveyard or any extra lands. Then -3 to be able to pull back our reanimation spells as well, or Charter Course if we really need to dump that Wurm from hand. So Tamiyo is really, really good in this deck. So let's see if we're able to beat some people down with Wurms. Let's jump into the games. Game 1. Sultai Wurms. Yeah, we'll keep this. We definitely want to grow spiral on 2, so we'll go with this. Oh wow, some type of mirror match, reanimation. Hinterland Harbor, do a Growth Spiral. Temple of Malady. Charter Course seems really good. The Wurm in hand as well. Swings in, draw a card. Swamp, we'll Charter Course. Discard the Wurm. Stitches Supplier. Gotta get a creature down. Ooh, got the Pelakka in the bin. Pelakka's really good. Drowned Catacombs. Go Blood for Bones. Sacrifice Stitches Supplier. Mill 3. More worms. We're gonna bring in Pelakka. And then return to my hand a Stitches Supplier. Heal. Go Stitches. Mill 3. Alright, so pretty much all of our Stitches suppliers are dead. So we draw Gaia's Blessing. Underrealm Lich. Wow, I haven't seen that card in a while. Gains Indestructible for 4 life. Ooh, another land, okay. Okay, so Dispersal. He has to pick up the Underrealm Lich. And then he has to discard a card. That's not gonna help him. Derp. He has to discard. He still has a Death Toucher on the board. We want to keep our Stitches Supplier, so we'll just pass. Might get a Blood for Bones. Oh, the huge Hydra here. The land. Let's see. They don't target him. Go Dispersal. Doesn't target, just automatically takes the highest, so bounce it. He has to discard a card. No attacks. Alright, so that's going to cost me my Pelakka. Let's see, I could play this. He has Trample. I'm going to go ahead and Chupacabra this Hydra. He's going to eat my Pelakka, or fight my Pelakka. This thing will fight. I guess it chooses not to. I'll go ahead and pay. Go green. 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 Black. And this and this. I guess I had to pay them all. Should have counted it. Oh well. Alright, so we got the big trampler down. Underrealm Lich, sure. We got 2 huge tramplers. But he does have the biggest creature. Oh, Bond of Revival. That changes everything. Go Bond of Revival. Now we got 1,000,000 worms. Alright. Swing them all. except for Chupacabra. I want to keep one blocker, and I don't care if Stitches dies. He was supposed to do the block first. Yikes, this guy derps hard. Cost himself a blocker there. Okay, so he's not going to kill this. Right. Okay, so he's going to trade with the Pelakka. And he concedes. Alright, so this guy just couldn't get out of his own way. So let's get to game 2. Game 2, Wurms Tribal. See if we're able to cast a bunch of, oh nice, early spells like we'd get. We just have to dig a worm now. Oh man, this is going to be put the deck to the test here. Literally put out of the frying pan and into the fire. Ooh, we get the Pelakka. Yep, Watery Grave tab. Alright, so we will be able to grow Spiral. We just need a Charter Course, so we can dump this. Okay. A Calamity deck. Go Hinterland Harbor. Go Growth Spiral. Place a Drowned Catacomb so that I can drop my Stitches Supplier. Hopefully no Charter Courses go in the bin. Alright. Nice, we'll be able to block into this. We could see a Calamity come down. Lightning strike on this, sure. To prevent 1 damage, he spent 3 damage. Okay. Alright. And he gets in 4 damage. Go to 14. Alright, we do get another land. So we will eventually be able to cast the Bond of Revival. So we just want to make sure we get a creature in the grave. Get rid of Thought Erasure so we can cast Charter Course. Probably should have kept the Thought Erasure anyway, honestly. But we just want to make sure we can get the Pelakka Wurm in the bin. Alright, so Pelakka Wurm is the game-winning card against this deck. So we're going to go ahead and Bond to Revival him. And we're going to end up getting there against Mono Red. Well, let's see, we got 10 health, he has 3 mana, plus he can play a land. Yikes. He didn't derp. He was, wow. Man, this is unfortunate. The level of, I can't control that. Yeah, he says, oops, he realized he did it. Bond of Revival. Bring back Pelakka Wurm. It has haste. Heal 7. Swing in. Boom. Alright. He gets to swing in with a lot of damage. I doubt he'll be able to get to 17 though.
more control.
Then we could
Just let me
swing
burn.
Pelakka. And then Blood for Bones, sacrifice him, bring him back in. Also get back to Stitch's Supplier. To hand. We just gotta play this first. First, so that we'll be able to play him. Ooh, gets in a lot of damage. Of course, he has to keep pressuring us. That's how his tech works. So we know that we already have. Alright, so we go Forest. We go Blood for Bones. Yikes, no, cancel that. Definitely want to attack face first. At this point, we don't care about the Chandra, so we're just going to smack him in the face with 7. Second main phase, go Blood for Bones. Sacrifice Pelakka Wurm to cast it. Draws a card when he dies. Now we get to reanimate the Pelakka Wurm, so he'll be able to block as well. Gain that 7 health again. Return Stitch's Supplier back to hand. Play Stitch's Supplier. Have 2 blockers out. There's the concede. Alright, 2-0. Wow, wasn't it? Well, Pelakka Wurm is a great answer for mono red, especially when you can play him more than once. So let's see what the card is. Yikes. Let's go ahead and get to game 3. Game 3. See if we can go undefeated with the Wurm deck. Would definitely not be likely, but look at the opener, the Charter Course with the Wurm. Definitely excited to see that. So we bring in Watery Grave tap. We definitely got enough lands to play every card that we want to cast from hand in our deck. Any other land that we get, we start to getting into the territory we'll be able to cast our Wurms. Knight of the Ebon Legion, that's really bad for us actually. Go here. Go Charter Course. Draw 2 cards and discard 1. Primordial Wurm to the bin. Alright, so we do get the Chupacabra. It's not the best answer for the Ebon Legion, but we'll take it. Ooh, and we get a Thought Erasure. Okay. So we can actually just go Watery Grave tapped. Thought Erasure. Ooh. Go ahead and answer Mortify. Discovery Dispersal. Sure, we'll keep that. Gets the tapped land, okay. Gets in. Go Hinterland Harbor. Go Ravenous Chupacabra. Eat the Knight. Alright. You can disfigure the Chupacabra, yep. Kills the Chupacabra, but still loses the Ebon Legion. Which is fine to have the Chupacabra in the bin, which means we have 2 good reanimation targets. Go Hinterland Harbor. Go Discovery Dispersal. Discovery. Sure, why not have double bond or revival? See if we can run away with the Wurms. Sure, Johnny.
Everything will
Does it
be
make you
fine
primate?
if we
It does.
stand together. A pure soul
Heal up.
can
These
inspire.
creatures get huge. Gets in. Gotta get our worm. Gotta have a huge blocker here. No, Chupacabra would have been the smarter play.
Friendship means
But we want to be able to just block out the primate. Oh, obviously the heal means he kills us. Yikes. Alright, so there's our first loss. Game 4 with Wurms Reanimator. Let's see if we're able to get that third win. We need a lot to make this hand work, but it's not horrible. Let's start with the scry here. Another land is horrible. Alright, so we definitely need to grab a creature. A breeding pool. Esper, yikes. Watery Grave tapped. And pass. Alright, not sure what they're playing. Yep. Go Hinterland Harbor. Go Tamiyo.
I would like to test a new hypothesis with you.
See if we can find a bond of revival.
Seek and find.
Ooh, double charter course sent. That's pretty fine, as long as they don't kill Tamiyo. We can grab charter course this turn. Right, every time Rider doesn't kill it.
trust me. You'll thank me later.
Probably just pluses.
Let's try this.
Go to neg 3. Grab a charter course.
I follow the tracks of the wild.
Go charter course. Draw 2. Discard you. And go growth spiral. Draw a card and put a Watery Grave on the battlefield. Pay 2 life. Lay a swamp. Go charter course. Hey, looks like we'll be able to cast the worms from hand right after we discard them. Alright. We got the stitches. We definitely have 3 good targets for that. In double charter course and a growth spiral. Well, Tamiyo will be nice as well.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Alright, let's go ahead and get some... Oh, Thought Erasure for sure. Go Thought Erasure. Alright, it flashes in. Definitely knock that out. Discovery, Dispersal on top, sure. That's fine. Go mana. Go Gaea's Blessing. Target player, me. Oh, I'm gonna have to shuffle them in first. Charter Course, Charter Course. Charter Course. Definitely want all three of those back in the deck. And then we'll go ahead and shuffle and draw a card. Oh, okay, so it did draw the right card, the one we wanted. Then we could go ahead and +1. Dig for a Bond of Revival. Get a Pelakka Wurm in the bin. Go Stitch a Supplier. And then go Discovery. Play a million cards in one turn. Thought Erasure seems good. Land seems unnecessary. And Stitch's Supplier can't block this anyway. But we really wouldn't want to. Maybe he bounces the Supplier. Does.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Alright, so we're up to 32. That's going to put Tamiyo down to 1.
You're making it
Alright.
difficult to work.
We definitely want to see if we can find a Bond of Revival first.
I think you will find my notes helpful.
There one is. Go Bond of Revival. Bring in Pelakka Wurm. Life gain, trample, haste. Get in with the Pelakka Wurm. Go Thought Erasure. Oh, flashes in Lyra. Nice. Fabulous card. Go ahead and knock out Teferi. Wurm to the bin. Alright, let's see what we can do. We don't have any Chupacabras in the bin.
This might be a bad
He
idea.
bounces my Pelakka. We got some worms in the bin.
More data will be
Our
needed.
opponent kills Tamiyo. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. Oh, we can hard cast the worm.
Your course will make it easy. Rise and shine.
Go land. Go Pelakka Wurm. Heal 7. Go Stitch a Supplier. Three crappy cards. Good thing I played it. See what our opponent does. It's every time, Rabbler.
If you show
All
remorse,
right.
I'll show restraint.
+1.
Nothing.
+1.
Good, mindless.
Swing Lyra. Yep. Let's see, Discovery, Dispersal Wood. Alright, see if I could find a Chupacabra. It's not likely, but we want to see if we can put one in the bin. Definitely want Bond of Revivals for sure. Go Bond of Revival. Vigorspore Wurm. Oh, the lock is going to get huge. Give the buff to Pelakka. Alright, goes up to 11-11. And it gives it Vigilance. I'll go. Oh, the Urza's Ruinous Blast. Oh my goodness, he exiled them. Oh my goodness, that was so good.
Here we go.
Yikes. Go Bond of Revival. Go Primordial Wurm. Oh, I should have got the Trampler. He just blocks there and we lose to Liliana's ultimate. Well, that was certainly a fun deck to play against, though. It wasn't the typical Esper control. So we won't mind that loss, even though it does put us at 2-2. More along the lines of what I was expecting anyway. He's gonna attack and then ult Liliana? No, he just pluses her.
Good help is easy to find in war.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Watery Grave in time. Swing it. Go ahead and kill both of them. He draws 2 cards. Go Blood for Bones. You. If he wouldn't have exiled the Pelakka Wurm. Man, that Urza's Ruinous Blast was so ruinous. Go Stitch a Supplier. Pull a Stitch a Supplier to hand. See what we find. Go Stitches. Alright, and that's the game, so we'll just go ahead. Oh, Liliana's gonna finish with the ult anyway. We'll just go ahead and concede the game. And that was it with the Wurms deck. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, definitely hit that notification bell. Let me see what weird deck you want to see next. Peace. Peace.